In the history of lifestyle marketing, alcohol brands have been one of the leading forces in establishing their presence. Glitz and glamour have been a part of every alcohol company's marketing strategy, not just internationally, but also nationally. But in 1979, one of the most iconic alcoholic beverages today started to show itself on the global market, and they took a completely opposite approach. Within a few years, this little vodka brand from Sweden went from a 2.5% to a 50% market share in the alcohol industry. The company goes by the name of Absolut Vodka. With humble origins in the small country of Sweden, how did Absolut Vodka beat its competitors in becoming one of the most recognized beverages in the world? Let's find out. Before we go into talking about the actual campaign, let's understand the two basic routes that you can take for marketing a product. With a product, you can either make something people want or make people want something. Now, with the demand for alcohol already being present before the invention of Absolut Vodka, we can discard option A, and it's safe to say that option B is the way to go. So the best way in marketing this product or any commodity in general is option B. Make people want your product. And that's where your campaign strategizing begins. You begin to ask questions like, what are our competitors doing? How much money are they spending? What is our budget? And what can we effectively do with the budget we have, especially for a small brand? Now, one of the common misconceptions in the marketing world is that the more money you have to spend on a campaign, the more aspirational and grand you can make your product look, and hence the more number of returns you will receive. To quote a few examples, Apple spends a fortune on advertising to convey minimalism. McDonald's uses color psychology and macro shots of their products. Now, in the case of Absolut Vodka, with the competition going down the route of glamour and glitz, what they decided to do was particularly interesting. Absolut focused on an entirely new yet simple positioning strategy in 1981. While the other brands were talking about taste with the help of supermodels with flashy lights and all of these larger than life scenarios, Absolut kept it totally simple by focusing on the aesthetics of the bottle. It was simple, it was elegant, and it was clean, and it laid the foundation of one of the most successful marketing strategies in history. They released their first print ad campaign with an artistic shot of the bottle with a simple two-word copy, and they followed the same for the next 5 years. Now, the campaign was decently successful for the first 5 years, but things started to really take off when this man, Andy Warhol, an artist who approached Absolut and said, "Guys, this isn't just a bottle, this is art. I'm going to make a painting out of it." And when the man came back with his work, executives at Absolut were totally mesmerized. They were quick to take the painting and run it as their next ad campaign. And from that point on, every artist on the planet wanted to make their interpretation of the bottle. Every designer wanted to include the bottle in their designs. Every fashion designer wanted to incorporate it in their clothing. Every celebrity on the planet wanted it, and when celebrities were seen walking around with it, the public craved it. And because Absolut focused on the bottle and not the contents of the bottle, you still bought it as a collectible so that you can flaunt off your pride to people who visit your house. And even though you are a non-consumer of alcohol, it still gave you a reason to buy the product. And for the next 25 years, Absolut focused on the same campaign, the same strategy, collaborating with multiple artists and getting their take on the bottle. They communicated different emotions through different versions of the bottle, be it for a festival, be it a sale post, or be it an announcement that they were entering a certain market. They used the same template, the same two-word copy on all of their ads, and that sort of made them stand out from the competitors while giving them a 50% boost in market share. I hate to say this because a lot of online gurus have been preaching about this, but it is true that the power of consistency and the power of compounding really gives you results. So these guys stuck with the campaign for 5 years and it only gave them decent results, and it would have been an easy decision to chuck the plan and move on to something else. But they believed in their idea and they believed in their campaign, and I think it got them very far just because of their belief and consistency. And number 2, maybe sometimes less is more. We all walk around chasing ideas and goals that are quote unquote big. But maybe you should think about chasing the smaller things that would cumulatively add up to the big things. And this is something that I've been really trying to do. And it is tough to forget the bigger puzzle and just focus on putting together the small pieces, but at least one can try. Anyways, we've come to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something from it. Until the next one, I'll see you. Cheers.